Welcome to Tekedia Daily. I'm Ndubuisi, Ekekwe. I'll be focusing today on the role of the Chief Product Officer in any organization, especially technology-enabled startups and also technology-enabled companies. This role has increasingly become critically important over the last few years as competition hits across different sectors in the technology industry. The Chief Product Officer has this singular goal to make sure that the evolutionary process of products which the company is essentially bringing into the market has a capacity to meet not just the needs of the customer, the expectation of the customer, and also to offer it in a way that it can fully be differentiated from the competitors. It's a very important role in any startup because if the product evolutionary process is very defective, it means that everyone working in that startup is getting everything wrong. So in this role, you really have to think who has that capacity to actually lead. It's not about a title. Anyone can hold this title. But the reality is that there are just few people in any organization that can actually do this work right. This is not a job in a startup for you to delegate to somebody who just came in as an employee. The best chief product officers are founders because the founders have the authority to change the dynamic nature of organization. The founder has the authority to actually redesign every aspect of a company he founded. So that authority, that moral authority, that leadership that comes from being a founder in a company is actually what is necessary to drive the process of creating great new products. And the founder also has this visionary because he came or she came one day and said, I'm going to start a company. So that means he or she must have actually talked through the process of the missionary vision he wanted to take this organization through. So that visionary process is not something any employee can easily connect into. And that is the reason why the founders are the best to lead in that product architecture, because if the founder's vision cannot correlate with the product, it means that the vision cannot be actualized. Also, when the founder has this vision, has this authority, the founder can get a buy-in from partners, can get in from potential customers, from investors, and from the markets, and he can easily build alliances, even with staff and team members, everyone in that organization, because there is this trust that because this man asks all of us to come together as a result of this company, he has a capacity to actually lead us into that Eldorado point where we need to be. I give you two cases. One is in Twitter. Twitter had so many challenges over the last years, and it came to a time when they actually needed somebody who can come in and basically change the trajectory of that farm. What did they do? They went back to Dozie, who was one of the founders of Twitter, because they knew that when Dozie comes in, he brings in authority as a founder of Twitter. He brings that visionary thing that they have actually encapsulated when they were starting Twitter, and then he can get a buy-in from the investing community as well as the staff of Twitter. Because if another person should come to change Twitter, there is this construct that that person could be accused that he is deviating from the original goal or the vision of Twitter. So only the founder has that moral authority to actually make such changes. Another one is Jason Njoko, the founder of Iroko Partners in Nigeria and London. So Iroko had a case one time where the radio business had some issues. What did they do? They just say, okay, Mr. Njoko, take over this unit of our business. Because they knew one thing. This is the guy who started this by himself, and he now brought in a co-founder and they started the business. He is also the person that will have that capacity to actually take this particular aspect of the business to where it needed to be. And he could make the changes necessary because he has that authority, he has that visionary leadership, and he also has a trust of everyone because he's a founder. And I'll tell you something, people, as you are starting your company One thing I'll challenge you to do: never hire any person to be the chief product officer in your startup. If you cannot do that job as a founder, there is no need of wasting your time. You are listening to Tekedia Daily.